The NBA Finals are always my favorite time of the year. You get to witness some of the greatest basketball to ever be played and see the league's top players leave it all on the court for the chance of being crowned champions. While it's great watching the top talent, one of my favorite things to do is see the older players on the roster and how they perform on the big stage. From your David West to your Jose Calderones, once upon a time these guys were the stars of their teams, although ultimately they were not able to win a ring in their prime. Now seen as just rotational players, or in some cases ring chasers, these guys do want it as bad as the stars of the team. But imagine how insane these NBA Finals would be if all these guys were still playing at the top level they were once capable of doing. For today's video, we are going to see what if all the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warrior players were in their basketball prime. Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes just with the making this video. This is right before game one of the 2018 NBA Finals. We are going to be doing something that's a bit of a running tradition here on my channel, and by that I mean this is my second year doing it. So yeah, I mean it's a tradition now, right? And that is what if every single player on the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors were in their prime, guys? Both these teams have so many great players that are great now and also players that were great in the past. So yeah, what we're gonna do is simulate an entire season and kind of see how these teams do, and then assuming they go against each other in the NBA Finals, we'll do a playoff series simulator and see who comes out on top, guys. So checking out the rosters real quick here, we do have LeBron James. Now this is from the all-time Cleveland Cavaliers team, so at this point he was 24, 99 overall. So I was like, I'm gonna use this one right here. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves, Kevin Love, guys, 92 overall. This man right here. Check out these stats, guys, back when we played for the Timberwolves. 26 points, 13 rebounds per game right there. Oh my God, dude, this man was absolutely a monster when it came to crashing the boards and stuff like that. We have the Toronto Raptors, Jose Calderon. So back when he was the point guard for the Toronto Raptors, he was never a great scorer. He was very consistent, but he was always very good when it came to an assist turnover ratio. So yeah, man, we got that going for us out there. Probably will be the starting point guard. We have Jeff Green. He's had some really good seasons, going back to the Boston Celtics days. 2014 averaged 17 points per game. Now at one point, Jeff Green had this major heart condition. So if it wasn't for that, Jeff Green would probably be an all-star, I don't want to say superstar caliber player, but Jeff Green, he would have been even better than what he was, based off having that condition and stuff. We got Kyle Korver from the Atlanta Hawks. Of course, I think they were the first seed a few seasons ago, end up losing the playoffs and stuff like that, and they broke that team apart. But yeah, man, Kyle Korver has always been a sniper when it came to the three-point shot. We have George Hill. This is the San Antonio Spurs version right here. The man that was traded for Kawhi Leonard. Yes, guys, George Hill was traded to the Pacers for the pick that was Kawhi Leonard. We got Tristan Thompson. He had a few decent seasons out there, so 81 overall might be a little bit generous, but I feel that was his rating at one point, going back to the 2013 season. Rodney Hood back from the Utah Jazz days, it's which was last season, kind of falling off as a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got Kendrick Perkins from the Celtic days. J.R. Smith, this is the Denver Nuggets version right here, man, the all-time version. So yeah, going back to the 07, 08 season, stuff like that. This man was actually really consistent from three, shot 40% in the 2008 NBA season. Then we got the rest of the players out there that are not, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance. Those guys are just starting to enter their prime, so you really can't assume what they are going to be like. Looking at the Golden State Warriors, so of course we got Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson. We have David West. Yes, guys, we all remember David West back on the New Orleans Hornets back when he played with Chris Paul. He was so much fun to watch, guys. This man had the most deadliest pick and pop game with Chris Paul ever. I just remember he was clutch money every single time he shot from the elbow. We got Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala from the Philadelphia 76ers. Some might argue maybe on Denver he was pretty good then too, but I would definitely say Philadelphia 76ers was the prime of his basketball career. He's had some nearly 20 point per game seasons. We got Sean Livingston. Now this version right here, he was not actually in the game, but I tried to make him myself. When he was drafted by the Clippers, because when he was actually drafted by this team, he was supposed to be one of the next greatest point guards in the NBA. Of course, he had one of the worst injuries of all time. This man had his knee snapped in half. It was absolutely gruesome. We have Nick Young. This one's based off the Los Angeles Lakers. We averaged about 17, 18 points per game back in 2014. We got JaVale McGee. We got Zaza Pachulia. Yeah, guys, so that pretty much sums it up for that. So let's go ahead, get going on the simulation, talk a little bit of NBA playoffs, NBA finals, stuff like that. A few other things I want to talk about too. So here we go, man. Start the simulation. I rarely ever show simulations anymore because it usually takes a long time. So, but don't worry, guys. I got plenty of bitch-ass stuff to talk about. First and foremost, if you guys do me a quick favor and drop a like on this video, that would be greatly appreciated. Oh, shoot. Let me show you guys the starting lineups, by the way, too. Damn, dude. I'm way ahead of myself. Okay, so I went with Curry, Thompson, Durant, Green. Those are still the 4 best players right there. David West is going to get the start at the center position, so it's a bit of a small ball lineup. Then Iguodala off the bench, 87 overall, with Sean Livingston, Nick Young, JaVale McGee, and that's about it for that rotation right there. Looking at the Cavaliers, we got Jose Calderon, Kyle Korver. That's some decent three-point shooting to have on this team right here, man. We got LeBron James. We got Kevin Love at power forward. You know, I decided to go with Kendrick Perkins at center, you know, to give him a little beef down low. I was thinking maybe Kevin Love at center was Jeff Green at power forward would have been fine, but I wanted some scoring off this bench. Plus, they got Tristan Thompson, you know, to play center off the bench anyway. So that's where we're going with. J.R. Smith about 14 minutes a game at the shooting guard position. But let's go ahead, guys, and get started on the simulation. So I want your guys' thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section below, please. What are your thoughts on ring chasing? Because in a lot of these cases, you know, some of these players like David West, I will say, you know, maybe J.R. Smith, Jeff Green, these are guys that were once great players on their team, but not, I mean, J.R. Smith, I don't know if he was ever great. He was always good. I mean, he has a ring and stuff though, man. So more like the old players, you know, like the David Wests and the Kyle Korvers, you know, guys like that. Do you feel it's like, would you want that ring? If you were to go on a championship team, and more so in David West's case, not really playing that much, if the Golden State Warriors won a championship, would you want that ring? Or like really any player in general? Just because there was one thing that I did read where it was like, if the Cleveland Cavaliers so happen to win the NBA championship this season, then Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade, and also Derrick Rose would all be eligible to have a ring, guys. Would you accept that ring if you were those players? I just feel like it would be so wrong. I mean, like, even in the case of like David West, it's like, yeah, he never won one back on the Hornets or anything like that, but I mean, there was a lot of good teams back then, and I feel like even at times on the Golden State Warriors, maybe not so much this season because he's kind of fallen out of the rotation, but like some of the other rings that he's helped the Warriors win, you know, off the bench, he's played a nice little role. So I don't know, I feel like that's kind of like the stage that NBA career goes into. You have the case of, let's say, like Darko Milicic back in 2004, his rookie season with the Pistons, won a ring doing nothing at all. Like that ring, not really deserving. Yes, he's on the roster, but I feel like those rings are kind of cheap. And then you got like the players that, you know, are kind of like in their prime and stuff. Like no, I would say the next step would probably be like the Jordan Clarksons and Larry Nances, where it's like they're still young. Down the road, they could really be a big piece on a championship team, you know, a nice piece of the puzzle. But right now, it's like they still contribute. They're still good NBA players. You got that ring, and then you have the players, you know, like the LeBron Jameses that are in their prime. Those are obviously, you know, rings are very well deserving. And then after that, you have the players that are like starting to like, you know, they're not in their prime anymore, but they're still very good players, like your Jeff Greens and your Kyle Korvers, because those guys are still very high contributors to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then you have the guys that fall out of the rotation, you know, like David West is like, do you feel like in all those cases, you deserve to have a ring in that case, man? Because I don't know, I don't like the idea that if you leave a team like Isaiah Thomas or get traded away, I feel like if you're not there for the playoff grind, I feel like it should be whoever is on the roster after the playoffs start should be eligible. That's just how I feel about that, man. Like, it just feels so weird that Isaiah Thomas and Derrick Rose, that's how they're going to get their first rings. It's like that. And it just does not really sit right with me out there. But like I said, I don't make the bitch ass rules out there, you know, so it is what it is. I would say I probably would not accept that ring because I wouldn't feel like I earned it. Or maybe I sell it and maybe I get it sold on eBay real quick, man, make a quick $50 or something like that. No, I'll probably sell it for a few $1,000s. Because I believe it was last season or the season before that Anderson Varejao was actually on the Cleveland Cavaliers at one point and the Golden State Warriors. So no matter what team won, he was going to give him a ring. And that would just feel so weird that it's like, ooh, here I am on the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Golden State Warriors just won. So, yeah, can I still get my ring, please? Like, that's like getting like an award, like a participation trophy for losing. So, I don't know. I just really want to talk about that. I know I'm kind of rambling about that a lot there. So I want your guys' thoughts and concerns about that. But yeah, some of these prime players, man, as the simulation is almost done wrapping up right here, like Kevin Love, I feel like if he was still on the Timberwolves, I don't think he would be quite putting up the numbers that he did like back in the day on that team. But at the same time, you know, you have a lot of these players that the reason their stats do go down is because of like taking more limited roles out there. Because Kevin Love, instead of being that first option on a losing team of the Timberwolves where he can pass that, now he's like the second option, or going back to, you know, being like a third option back with Kyrie Irving. You have Nick Young, who was dropping like 18 points like 3-4 years ago. He could probably still average double digits. It's just like he's taking a bench role on the Golden State Warriors, which I do kind of respect that in a way. Similarly through date though against the Knicks right here. So Cleveland Cavaliers go 59-23 on the season. Stephen Curry still gets MVP. Ben Simmons, Rookie of the Year. Melo, sixth man. Giannis, defensive player. David West, most improved player. How does that make sense? I guess, wait. So if you're a baller and then you trash ass for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, and then you come back and put up these type of numbers, does that make you most improved player? Those are really good stats, though. Especially because he's not really a natural center. But I will say, like in a small ball lineup, he would definitely be very nice there. Here are the All-NBA teams. So we got Stephen Curry, LeBron James both making those. Kevin Love of the Timberwolves on the Cleveland Cavaliers now making that. And we have David West making All-NBA third team. I don't think he's ever made All-NBA team. Or maybe he has, and I just don't know. David West is also All-Defensive team. Damn, bro. Okay. I see you. So 59-23 for the Cavs. Oh, my God, bro. 73-9 for the bitch-ass Warriors. Just like that. Wow, it does make sense because like they still have like pretty much their same team, except they have Kevin Durant instead of Harrison Barnes. Not like all these prime players too. Let's check out these team stats here real quick. So points per game, Warriors number one at that at 120 points per game. Cavaliers third at about 115 points allowed. Warriors and Cavaliers second and third best defensive teams in the NBA. I want to check out these three-point makes. So, man, they both shot about 28 to 33s a game. Three-point percentage, yeah, the Warriors knocking them down at about 33 or 43% out there, where the Cavs got about 40%. Okay. Let's check out these player stats. This is what I'm really curious about. Stephen Curry led this team in scoring. Kevin Durant's scoring kind of fell off, which does make sense because there's some other scoring options out there. Klay Thompson, roughly what he averages right now. David West, we know, got them 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, about 1-2 steals, 1-2 blocks a game. Draymond Green, nice numbers. Andre Iguodala, like, I know he didn't get a ton of minutes, but damn, dude, like, that looks like just regular Andre Iguodala. And, like, as far as the tendencies goes, that's all updated because this is the actual one from the all-time 76ers team. So, kind of underwhelming right there. Nick Young, 6 points a game. A lot of that, once again, probably just comes down to limited minutes and stuff like that, but a little underwhelming. Same with John Livingston. I mean, they're role player numbers, and that's kind of what they were at this point. Looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers, though, we have LeBron James at 28 points, about 10 rebounds, 8-9 assists out there. Kevin Love, 21 points, 12 rebounds. Even those numbers is like, that's exactly what he's averaging on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So it's not so much that Kevin Love doesn't have the skills to put up those type of numbers. It's more so that that's just not his role anymore on this team. Kyle Korver actually third leading scorer at 15 points, 4 rebounds. Actually a career high in scoring for him. So he also shot 43% from 3. So we got also Jeff Green out there, about 13 points out there as he was a bench player. Jose Calderon, 13 points, 8 assists, which is actually kind of impressive because LeBron James still gained all his assists out there too. J.R. Smith at 8 points. George Hill, kind of underwhelming numbers. Kendrick Perkins as the starting center. Those are bitch-ass numbers, bro. 5.7 rebounds. I mean, yeah. Tristan Thompson, bitch-ass numbers also. But yeah, so overall, you know, players like Kyle Korver, Kevin Love, they really stepped up. I do think the Warriors are probably going to win this, like 73-9. You just don't come back from that, right? So here we go. Simulate current round right here, see how this goes. And, yo, Cavs might be out first round. Wow, dude. Yo, they almost blew a 3-1 lead, man. They almost blew a 3-1 lead. But we have the Golden State Warriors moving on. Cleveland Cavaliers closeout game looking like this, 26-14-5. 14 for Kyle Korver. Golden State 4-1 right here. So I am going to finish the simulation, and then I'm going to do a little jump cut thing. And I'm actually going to make Cavaliers Golden State in the finals so we can see stuff like that. That's what I'm mostly curious about. Golden State won the championship in this simulation. Guys, give me 1 second, man. I'm going to go get us a Golden State Cleveland Cavaliers finals matchup. Okay, here we go. We have Golden State Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA finals. Let's go ahead, guys. Get going on the simulation. So simulate the first game, Golden State getting that, so they are up 1-0. Closeout game, 41 for Stephen Curry, 21-11 for David West, 19 for Klay Thompson, a triple-double for Draymond Green. LeBron dropping the crazy triple-double. Kevin Love, 22-11, and 15 for Kyle Korver. Here we go, simulate the next game. Oh, yo, man, it might be a low-key sweep, guys. It might be a low-key, high-key sweep up in this bitch-ass simulation. We all know the 2K loves the Golden State Warriors, though, right? Simulate game. Cleveland coming back on that, so 27-10 for LeBron. Jeff Green stepping up with 22 points, 18 and 8 for Jose Calderon. 5 turnovers, though, not great. Klay Thompson with 24 points. All right. Here we go. Game 4, simulate game 2-2. All right, man. Series is all tied up. Closeout game looking like this. Simulate game 5 and 3-2 lead for the Golden State Warriors. 35 for Kevin Durant, 32-11 for LeBron, 22-16 for Kevin Love. Simulate game. Oh, guys, we are going to a Game 7. It is a Game 7 between the all-prime Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors team. Here we go. Simulate with Simcast. All right, man. Here we go, man. Here we go. Simulate with Simcast. How's it going to be? It looks like the Cleveland Cavaliers might actually hold on. Oh, it's going back and forth. And the Golden State Warriors have won, guys, 111-106 after a 40 point fourth quarter. Cleveland Cavaliers only 13 in the third quarter. Really killed him right there. 23 for Kyle Korver, 24 for Kevin Durant, 21 for Stephen Curry. Here we go, man. MVP goes toward Stephen Curry, of course. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.